Hi guys, it's Nigel at 𝘀𝗶𝗶𝗶 and I hope you're well. It's my February market comment, and I will cover some stats in a second. But I also want to talk about something that's always raised around this time of the year with the motivation or the timing and how important it is. And I always say this, most sellers, or serious sellers I should say, have a real practical reason for moving. And this will usually be prompted by a change of circumstances such as, I don't know, debt or a job move, an expanding or shrinking family, schools, retirement, bereavement, unfortunately, divorce, or even improved circumstances as well. These life events do not necessarily coincide with opportunities or difficulties associated with the property market at the time, which tends to yo-yo between, let's say, a seller's market and a buyer's market. When you need to sell, I just think you just need to sell. And how important is timing to ensure that you're in line with, say, market sentiment? Well, firstly, just speaking as an estate agent with none of the emotional influences, let's say, understandably, that sway buyers and sellers, the answer is clearer than you might expect. And it's actually counterintuitive as well. And what I mean is that generally timing is nothing like as important as most people think. Now, unless you're like a property speculator or an investor, then these motivators mentioned above, like the children or divorce or debt, will have far more importance in and influence on you and your move than anything the market can ever throw at you. If you need to move, you just simply accept that the market's doing what it is, so that's the situation. But if you were to wait, probably, let's say, for several months, for a market to change in your favour, which it might not, then you'd simply be just extending the lifespan of the problem that you're hoping to solve. And if you're prepared to do that, then the problem is probably not as important as you thought it was in the first place. And don't forget, people that are selling are also, they're buying. So whatever the market is doing at that point, it's all relative. If you sell low, then you buy low. If you sell high, you buy high as well. And the essence of your issue is, will moving now solve my problem? If the answer is that yes, then why wait? That's what I say. Especially when there is no guarantee that the future market will be any better than, say, the current one. And that's just food for thought. And if you need an indicator how long it's taken to sell your property or what price you might achieve, then give me a nudge. But here's the thing, we're into February now. There's going to be a glut of properties coming onto the market. This is going to continue up to, say, I don't know, April, end of April, and then it sort of peaks and troughs a little bit around the bank holidays. Every new instruction that comes onto the market now, those buyers' eyes are lighting up, and we're seeing that constantly. We've got a healthy range of new instructions coming on. We always will have, and the older stock last year, that's been seen, so that needs some work on, but it needs to be price related for the old stock. So anything new that comes on the market now, if you're a seller, you really want to be ahead of your curve, because you cannot buy a house without being sold. And if you want to pick up the right properties, that are coming on in March and April, let's say, and you're in that strong position, that's only going to strengthen your hand, and that means you can then have that summer move. So like I said, motivation, timing, when is the right time? Usually it's not. You just get on and you just do it. We've got a great market open to us. If you need any questions, give me a call. It's Nigel, and I'm always happy to help. But I'll give you some more updates later on in the month as we go through.